When your business is failing, you get kind of desperate, and today I'm going to cover the most delusional owners on bar rescue. Welcome back to Spinning Film, let's get into the video. Number 4, struck out at the dugout. The owner of the Dugout, a sports bar in Chicago, had dug himself into mounds of debt and struck out every time he went to a bat for himself. The customers and the bar's manager tried every bit to help the owner realize the great situation he's in, but he continued to not bat an eye at anything. The bar reeked at all times and was absolutely disgusting with flies everywhere, even on food. The hygiene situation at the bar was beyond worse. The owner stayed ignorant and shrugged off at everything Taffer was saying. He admitted to losing $30,000 to $40,000 in every offseason, but it didn't bother him apparently. Taffer was extremely mad at him. He showed the true face of the dugout to every customer sitting there, and with that situation, everyone swore they would never come back.
Bummer. And that's why this...
Number 3, rocks and roaches. This bar in Austin, Texas had a huge problem with cockroaches. But what bothered John Taffer more was the fact that the owner didn't pay his staff in months. Taffer corroborated the roach information with the staff members at the bar, and they said they saw a few roaches every day crawling around the bar. When Taffer confronted the owner, he refused to be in knowledge of any such news and went behind the workers for that. The owner said, "There are bugs all over Austin. There are bugs all over America." That was how disillusional this owner was. He continued to blame the city, saying the city was a college town and no one wanted to be clean here. Taffer drained one bottle and showed the number of roaches in it. The sight of it was nothing less than disgusting, and the owner continued to laugh it all off. Taffer was truly pissed at him and took matters into his own hands. He had 5 days to fix the bar, and he was taking it seriously.
Anyway, your reputation is done, dude. I'm never paying nobody, all that, dude.
Number 2, O-Face Bar. In the service business, attitude is everything. If as an owner you do not have the right attitude, your customers or even John Taffer wouldn't stand you. Taffer and his team were overlooking a bar when they came across a serious fight between two girls, one of which happened to be the bar's manager. The manager was fighting off one of the staff members, and this infuriated Taffer. He immediately called the owner and tried to set the woman straight. The owner was rather calm, but her husband wasn't taking it. He shouted back at Taffer that when he was teaching him a lesson. Taffer made it clear that he wanted the manager to be out of the bar that night or else he wouldn't help the bar in need. Only on his first night with the bar, he gave an ultimatum and left. The next day when Taffer walked into the bar, he saw the manager still employed there and immediately lost his cool. Only a while before Taffer entered, the manager admitted to hitting a victim a few times. Taffer tried to put some sense into the management of the bar with good intentions. He wanted to save it from drowning, but the upper level management seemed unbothered with all of it. Taffer just left the bar stranded because no one was going to make changes. It was a situation that just couldn't let Taffer continue at the bar.
God help us if these two ever open.
Number 1, Pirates Tavern. The owners of this pirate-themed bar were ready to let the ship sink instead of chartering it a new course. Tracy Rebello, the owner of the bar, seemed optimistic that people came back to the bar, but Taffer helped her realize that not a lot of them were coming back. Rebello explained how they haven't made profit in 6 years, and to survive, she lived in the basement of her parents' house with her husband and teenage daughter. Taffer understood that it was the owner's own mistake, and he had to make drastic changes to make a profit. He explained how the food was bad and nothing else at the bar was working out. Rebello was so delusional and was positive about everything, but Taffer wanted her to think differently, so the bar changes its fate. And besides all that, she was extremely unashamed of everything. To this, Taffer said, "If you're not ashamed of what you served tonight to people, if you're not ashamed of the fact that you have menus that lie, and you are serving food that is undercooked, what is it that makes you ashamed?" Taffer then finally said that he can't help the bar if the owners do not realize their situation and are unashamed of what they're doing. The cherry on top was the cook at the bar. If the owner wasn't enough, the cook was absolutely rude and said his food was fine, when it wasn't at all. He continued to swear at Taffer and said the customers were fools. Of course, Taffer couldn't stand it. All he could do was leave the bar without bringing any change to it. John Taffer might be known to be hot-headed and always infuriated. We would have to agree how some bar owners are the ones who actually instigates it. If they understood their responsibility and duty towards their customers, they wouldn't be failing to begin with. But there's just everything wrong with the bars, and the owners remain delusional about the situation. There's no way Taffer would have accepted all this, and so he didn't and just walked away from them.
Saying I do it in my life.
I won't lie to you. Not much has changed.
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.